There is a moment coming, maybe it is already here, where the inbox is not full of strangers. It is full of nothing. Machines writing to machines, replies that were never read, calendars filled with calls that were never wanted. Basically, a whole industry talking to itself. In the next few minutes, I want to walk you through what happens next. Not the tactical answer, not the tools list, the deeper answer. Because what is coming for B2B lead gen is not really about lead gen, it is about us. Stay with me. Have you noticed how tired everyone is right now? Founders, operators, closers, marketers. There is a specific kind of exhaustion this year that I do not remember from any year before it. It is the exhaustion of doing more for less. Cold email reply rates dropped from 6% to under 1 in 3 years. So the response was send more emails. The cost per click on Google rose 70%. So the response was spend more. The closers calendar filled with worse leads. So the response was hire more closers. We doubled down on motion when what was needed was stillness. We answered diminishing returns with more inputs. And it broke us, not all at once, quietly over months. Until somewhere this year, you woke up on a Sunday and didn't want to open your laptop. That feeling is not laziness. That feeling is your body knowing something your strategy has not admitted yet. What is actually coming? Here's what is coming. AI is going to take over the parts of B2B lead gen we already knew were soulless. The cold emails, they are already AI now. Every prospect's inbox is full of hope you are well, I noticed your recent post. The outreach voice calls. Bland AI is placing tens of millions of calls a month. Papi, retail, the voice on the other end of your next cold call will not be human. The list building, Clay and Apollo and 100 startups are racing to be the AI that builds your prospect list before anyone else does. The qualifying, the follow-ups, the proposal drafting, the reporting, all of it going to AI. Not slowly, inside 24 months. And here is the part nobody wants to say. That is not a tragedy. Most of that work was already meaningless. We just paid humans to do it because we had not invented the machine yet. The tragedy is not that AI takes the work. The tragedy is who we become if we do not replace it with something real. So what becomes valuable? When every email can be generated, when every voice can be cloned, when every funnel can be built by a teenager with a cloud subscription, what survives? The answer is uncomfortable. What survives is everything that cannot be faked. Presence, real conviction, a specific human in a specific room saying something only they could say. The handshake that means something because there are stakes behind it. The opinion that cost you something to hold. The relationship that took 5 years to build. The reputation that has earned slowly. The voice in the room that everybody trusts. That is what survives. That is what becomes priceless. For 30 years, we told ourselves lead gen was a funnel. Big at the top, narrow at the bottom. You measure conversion at each stage. You optimize, you compound, you scale. It was a beautiful metaphor. And it was a lie. Lead gen was never a funnel. It was a campfire. You start a small fire somewhere. Wood travels. People walk toward it. The ones who get there sit down. They warm themselves. They tell their friends about the fire. More people come. You do not feel a funnel. You keep a fire lit. And the fire is your specific voice in the world. Your opinions, your stories, your strange beliefs, the thing only you can say, the room only you can hold. That is what the next decade of B2B is. Not better automation, better fires. Here's what nobody is putting together. Newsletter open rates are surviving the AI collapse. Email open rates are crashing, but newsletters are holding. Why? Because newsletters have voice. They have a specific human at the other end. Hampton, Sampar's community, charges $5,000 a year for membership. It sells out every quarter. What are they selling? Not information. Information is free now. They are selling the room where specific humans sit together and pay to be there. Hormozi gets most of his deal flow from his YouTube channel, not from cold email, not from paid ads, from the fire he keeps the lead every day for years. Andrew Wilkinson built a holding company worth $1 billion from relationships he made on Twitter. These are not anomalies, these are early signals of what wins in the next era. Okay, so I want to talk to you for a minute, specifically. If you are a founder watching this, if you are an agency owner, if you are a sales operator, you are not failing because you didn't hustle hard enough. You are failing because you were running the wrong race. You are optimizing for an old that is ending. The good news, and there is good news, is that the old that is coming favors the kind of operator you actually want to be. The one who builds slowly, who chooses their clients, who has a real voice, who is not ashamed of having opinions, who knows their craft deeply, who can sit in a room with another founder and say something true. That operator wins the next decade. That operator is more valuable now than at any other moment in the last 50 years. If that is the operator you have been quietly wanting to be, start now. You do not need permission. You do not need a bigger team. You do not need another tool. You need to light the fire. So here's the question I want you to sit with after this video. When you turn this off and go back to your day, drive your kids to school, open your laptop, look at your pipeline, the question is this. If AI does all the lead gen work, all the outreach, all the follow-up, all the qualifying, what is left for you to do? What is the part of your business that is irreducibly you? What is the room only you can hold? What is the voice only you can have? What is the fire only you can light? Sit with that question for a few days. If you can answer it, that is your mode for the next decade. If you can't answer it, that is the most important problem you will work on this year. I work with marketing agencies, SaaS founders, and B2B businesses. I map their exact ideal client and bring them 5 to 6 highly targeted, ready to buy calls every month. Link is in the description if any of that is useful to you. But honestly, even if you do not book a call, I hope you sit with the question because the question is the gift. The link is just the next step. Lead gen is not dying. The lead gen we knew is dying. What is emerging in its place is older than any of us. It is the campfire, the room, the voice that says something true, the human who can be trusted with somebody's quarter. Okay, light a fire, tend it daily, let the right people walk toward it. That is the future of B2B lead gen. That is the future of work. That is the future. Alright, that's all for this video. Take care. I'll see you in the next video.